Assalamu alaikum. Today our topic of discussion is the pest monitoring and the sampling techniques under the subject entomology. Here we have to discuss the steps of a successful IPM on integrated pest management program. It is necessary to identify the correct pest present in the crop or the field. Continuous monitoring is necessary. Economic threshold upon which level insect or pest is harmful to the economy. Choice of optimum pest control option. Which option is best for the control of the insects or the pests? Monitoring, a prerequisite for effective decision making in the IPM monitoring. In monitoring, various procedures are used to observe, measure, and record conditions within a given area. Definitely, if you never go to the field to observe the insect or the pest and not measure their level or their number and do not maintain the record of previous infestation, you can't do properly integrated pest management, or if you are not following the SOPs of the IPM. Information gathered during the monitoring include pest population and the infestation level in that area, how per unit area, how many insects or larvae are present, what is the level of the infestation, is it totally damaging to for the plant or damaging some specific part of the plant, whether what kind of weather is present. So sometimes weather is more suitable for the pest. If there is more raining, weather is cloudy, no sunlight is present, and air has more humidity, definitely these conditions are suitable for the growth of the pest. Crop development and the soil conditions. Okay, crop एक्चुअली क्रॉप डेवलपमेंट की किस स्टेज पे है और सॉइल की कंडीशंस क्या है, व्हाट इज़ द पीएच ऑफ द सॉइल, पॉपुलेशन ऑफ द बेनिफिशियल ऑर्गेनिजम्स. So if one insect or pest is harming to your crop, maybe another insect or pest is present which is the predator of that in pest. Now, what are the objectives of the monitoring? Why we do monitoring of the pest? Predict and evaluate potential key pest problems and non-target effects. Scientists want to predict or evaluate which insect is acting as a pest, and they used specified techniques or programs to control that specific insect. If they do not monitor the crops, then there will be a chance they use any kind of the program that has broad spectrum, or sometimes broad spectrum chemicals making useful organisms too. Provide information for choosing and timing appropriate control actions. Suppose there is a crop of the wheat and some insect attack on the mature crop, and that crop mature in the month of the July. So July is the time period when insect attack on the crop. You have to change the maturation time of the crop by changing the genetic material, or by doing the variations in the genes. You can adopt the you can enter the genes which causes early or delayed maturation. Evaluate effectiveness of the management practices. Different programs you are using for the management of the pest, whether they are working or not. Establish a pest history for the specified area. Record maintenance is necessary for IPM because infestation repeats itself after some years. Sampling a monitoring strategy. Sampling collects the systematic data of an organism in its environment over a specified time. Sampling unit area in which sampling is done. For example, by taking various tools, for example, plants, traps, plant leaves, etc. Sampling unit, we can calculate the pest species, how many insect species are acting as a pest and their density in per unit area, what is their number, mobility and distribution, whether they are mobile or they have any kind of adaptation to spread through the area. Cost of sampling unit, definitely when you are doing sampling, you should purchase different tools for the sampling, as well as it needs it needs to pay the person who is doing sampling. Accuracy of the sampling unit. Your sampling unit should be accurate. Sampling techniques. Various sampling techniques can be used to quantify pest population in the field. Sampling techniques are the in situ counts, knockdown, suction, netting, trapping, visual inspection, etc. Traps, they are used to sample mobile insects, which mobile insects means which are flying insects left out in the field for a period of the time. Then the number of insects is the counted. Attractive, active, they rely on the visual, color, shape, size, or chemical, food, pheromones, stimuli to lure or to attract insect toward them. Passive traps accidentally catch insects. Trapping is one of the most important sampling technique used in insect monitoring, in their abundance and their behavior. Sticky traps or cards. This type of sticky traps or cards are used in the crops. Different colors attract different insects. It also catch anything that flies into the it. Advantages: it is easy to deploy, collect, and check. Disadvantages: it can blown up if the wind is strong. Then this sticky card is blown up, and its cost is $1.35 per white trap. Examples: white traps used for thrips, yellow traps used for aphids, whiteflies, and the beneficials. Why the different colors of traps are used? Because where different insects are attracted toward different colors. Wing traps, attractive and passive pheromone lure, also catch anything that flies into it. What is its advantages? Relatively inexpensive, easy to deploy. Disadvantages: must be replaced periodically throughout the season. It can be damaged by the weather. It is used to monitor adult Lepidoptera, for example, grapefruit borer. These are the kind of the ring traps used in the crops. Bucket trap, they are primarily active pheromone. Pheromones are the chemicals which are used to attract the opposite members of the opposite sex of the same species. They are colored. Advantages: they are reusable. It's mean no need to um, maintain a new trap every time. Sturdy, easy to deploy and check. Disadvantage: initial cost is very high. It is used to monitor adult Lepidoptera, for example, array worm or GRP. Pan traps, they are attractive and passive. These kind of traps are held in the crop. Color: soapy water kill any insect that land in it. These trays will be filled with soapy water. Advantages: inexpensive, can last for several seasons with maintenance. If you did proper maintenance, you do not need to maintain new traps for every time. They are easy to check. What are its disadvantages? They are easily spill when collecting samples. गिर सकते हैं. स्पिल का मतलब होता है जब आप सैंपल कलेक्ट करते हैं. लेबर इंटेंसिव टू डिप्लॉय. रेनिंग इरिगेशन कैन कास्ट पोल्यूशन. डाइल्यूशन, बारिश होगी तो आपने जो सोल्यूशन डाला हुआ है वो